topic is that why I would never have sex. But as it's not defined that where and when, so I can have some leeway in it. And I would speak for the motion exactly now that sex has been taken into a wrong consideration in our country at least because whenever a person or a student at least in his college or school life talks about sex, it's kind of a taboo and everyone starts thinking that it's not good to talk about this. But I consider that if a person has the knowledge and those very well the advantages and disadvantages or some in details about the act, so it will be more beneficial and people will feel free to talk about it and there will be lesser. And also there will be lesser misconception among the people, and even in our country I can say that even the parents, they never speak about this thing, speak about sex with their child or the children. Most of them get to know about sex from their classmates and or some friends. That is where they get to know about this.
Why still don't know why you wouldn't go for it? Are you aware of sex education? Do you know what to do?
Yes, obviously I know, but I would say that I would not go for it.
So now you're an educated person, as you said.
Yeah.
Okay. Now why wouldn't you have sex?
I would not have. I would not have sex in a wrong time at a wrong place, but at least in our country, it is considered that.
Outside the?
At least in our country, sex before marriage is not considered to be.
After marriage?
After marriage, it's fine to have sex.
With? Fine. Pariti, please can you give us? That's exactly the point. Why are you feeling shy? We need to make sure that doesn't happen. So please describe to us the benefits of gay sex. What's your age? Exactly, perfect. 18 over. That's the criteria. Sorry? Think of something.
Give this topic to a boy.
Huh?
Give this topic to a boy.
It's all about making you comfortable to speak on any topic. Maybe what if you are in a situation where you're required to speak on it. Not doing it. But you give the people option, or whoever, like first come first served, whoever's left has to. Okay, sorry.
So whereas in case of India, you see, boy might not always get the girl of his choice, so he might go for gay marriage.
So all of you, you better start looking for a girl of your choice. You're doing good. There's a lot of creativity.
Again, as the
done? He's not satisfied. He needs a little more convincing before he can turn side. Switch side. So anyways, can we have a round of applause for him? Can you explain? Huh?
He has to speak.
Okay, I heard that. No, I
He is a genius.
He's an expert in
Sorry, what? I missed something.
He loves this. He has to speak.
It would not be relevant for me to speak on it.
Right?
Breaking inhibitions.
Okay, I'll give you a more supporting role. Don't get me wrong, and not in that sense. Yeah. But, Sameer, okay, I'm sparing you this one, okay? No, you don't have a choice then. No, she didn't have a choice. Okay, you speak. Can you give Ashwin a 2-minute tutorial, okay? On how to have sex. And you can answer question. That's how you
Ashwin,
burn your finger.
come in front. अरे थोड़ा वाला.
I should be there now.
You can be wherever you want.
The professor usually comes take the seat.
अरे दोनों का आगे बुला ले. कैमरे में अच्छे से आ जाएंगे.
Come here, so that you can use that. No, he wants to see that. I don't know, maybe you might use it later.
Shot.
basically first should find an orientation. And then you find a suitable place. If it's law, then all it's fine. And if you have no fear of someone peeking through, then it depends how to start and how to.
The consent of the girl doesn't matter at all. That is what exactly you're saying. That's why you should stop having sex, because otherwise it leads to rape and all.
And see, it matters, right?
Why?
Only that step is being taken. I think that much.
Yes, they require convincing date and all. Anyways, you have your own modus of operandi. Please.
Actually, I thought writing on the action.
He's coming to the point. Getting to the point.
He's already there. He's already there, positioning himself. Next thing.
But right, for there it's a long process.
One second. Have you had sex ever?
Yes.
Okay.
See, it takes a lot of, it might be 6 months, 1 year, you have to, start with the last.
So you're I thought maybe you're already in the orientation and it's taking 6 months. I don't know.
I don't have
That long? Oh, that's what she said, but that's a different.
no, that was standard effect, but not deep.
And by the way, you guys are aware of the that's what she said jokes, right? Continue.
First, you have to start with small things.
I think. Sorry.
No, I'm a student, right? I'm not aware of.
Oh, what? That you have to start with small things.
Yeah,
Please do not
he's-
venture into those
He's
lines.
teaching me for the first time, that's the thing. Right? So I'm being a naive
No,
person.
he might be giving his perspective on the small things, if you get what I mean.
Like, nice things.
Okay.
You're thinking right now.
Naive also has another meaning.
Yeah, see, depends what you are, but nice, like, holding hands, kissing, then you can move forward. The time is over.
कहाँ की जी?
Very well, you can't even ask questions. What you? I'm talking about you.
No, the time was up, so I couldn't.
So he spent 2 minutes smartly. Now let's call
Follow the instructions of your partner.
starting small is not always the best thing, but it's your call. I don't think so. You have a choice there, right? Let's call Sameer. Yes, you Sameer? He's disappointed, he's scared. I'll give you an easy one. Describe us your first sex education class at Ahmedabad.
I never heard of it.
I don't think so. A lot of few friends came.
Talk about your official.
Yeah. Now that you guys do so many things, I thought maybe this was one of the things. Just imagine, extrapolate.
The first sex education class at Ahmedabad was also my first sex education class of my life. What really happened was, what they did was they found it very important that there was already a lot of interaction between girls and boys. We are immature, so they tried to make sure that we gain some understanding of what this thing involves. That was their objective, to make sure that we are educated and we make right and rational choices in our lives.
What was the practical component of this whole thing?
That's where they did a practical thing. The idea was that they separated the girls and the boys, and they took the girls to another room and the boys to a separate room, and we different auditoriums. There they had called a few doctors who explained exactly how a girl's growth is when it comes to physical and reproductive, as well as the boy's growth is, and what is the psychological consequences as well as the physical changes that come into a boy come as we reach puberty age and as we enter college. They told us about different things, how to have a safe sex and how to be responsible in your relationships, how to maintain trust and understand other culture, etc. So it was quite an experience, and after, of course, we learned very little. There was a lot of whispering, which is because of our culture, which does not really encourage on this kind of talking while sex is considered taboo. So that's why there was a lot of whispering between the students, and later on we met all the girls, and there was some teasing and all, but nothing much.
So you're disappointed about that?
So that was my first sex education class at time.
I was expecting something more spicy, but it was very practical. So one last thing, and then we'll wrap this up. This is a very light topic. Who would like to speak on this? And I say light, it is light. Huh? No, it's very easy. It's just a little candid, that's all. Living is good. It's good. So, in 2 minutes, can you give us the 3 best positions and why? And we do not take profanity, we do not just connect it to it, so it's your thing to keep it clean also.
As a child, I wanted to be a missionary. And roam around the world, like, it's not free, right? You can roam around the world as a missionary.
you can roam around the world as a missionary for free, and you can do stuffs like you can help people. So first of all, first position which I would like is missionary, and the second, I like pets, and dog being my favorite, I have a dog also at my home. So it has always been my doggy counterpart who plays with me every time from childhood. So
That came out very good.
so the second one will be doggy, and the third one would be like there is a Route 69 in USA, which I always wanted to visit. Like every T-shirt in Calcutta, you can find a Route 69 written over it, and so 69 is a good position to try. That's all. Thank you.
Right. So that was kind of an icebreaker of different sorts, because I saw that initially a lot of hesitation. That was a very good start. You kind of you were very imaginative with the topic that you were given. But I'll leave the speech evaluation to the evaluator. And with that, we're going to close the impromptu for today. I hope you guys don't take it to heart, and you still come for the Toastmaster session. You still paid. Okay. So I'll hand it over to.
Okay, so I do not take responsibility for the topics here. I don't know. So let's moving on. We'll start with the evaluations. So to begin with, let's have the timer to give out the timer. You take.
We'll record it and.
Ritika, when I came in, she spoke for 4 minutes after that. And Nilanjan spoke for 5 minutes and 56 seconds. Yeah, 10 minutes 40 seconds.
Because there was one short speech, we were once prepared speech short. So
He also compensated with 10 minutes. And after that, he spoke for around 80 seconds. She spoke for 80 seconds. Gautam spoke for 2 minutes. Paridi spoke for 1 minute 48 seconds. After that, so we spoke for 2 minutes. After that, Sameer was there. He spoke for 1 minute 41 seconds. And I spoke for 1 minute 20 seconds.
Counter for the day, Sameer.
Ritika 17 hours, Aditya 7 hours, Nilanjan 13 hours, Satish 4 hours, Arjit 6 hours, Anjali 4 hours, Paridhi 4 hours, Gautam 1 hour, Rahul 3 hours, and Jitendra 2 hours.
Next, let's have the grammarian on stage.
Three people use the word of the day, so that was good. Then a model when walks ramp, it should be when a model walks the ramp. Born 23 years from now, 23 years back. Here's finally born a communist. A communist is finally born. There was lot of challenge. There were lots of challenges. Gave other people an heart attack. Gave other people a heart attack. All of them succeeded. All of them succeeded. To create roads, make this girl embarrassing, make this girl embarrassed. It was only 3 jobs. There were only 3 jobs. There's a large confusion. There's lots of confusion. Sex in a wrong time, sex at the wrong time. Beneficial for the case of China, beneficial in the case of China.
creativity, and the motive was organizing the speech. I felt that she really stick to her motive, and the speech was really organized. Starting with what is creativity, then talking about why do we need it and why she is addressing it to such an audience. So organization was good, but talking about other things like eye contact, it could have been better. Like she was more focused on floor plus this portion of the room, and she forgot the other sides. Occasionally, she was also looking to me. I don't know why. Maybe to show that she is taking care of that, but it was only occasional. Then. The movement was really restricted. Hand gestures were not used. If they had been used, it could have been much more better. It could have been much better. Ending was good. She left it on a positive note, and that was good. Also gave a touch of humor, although it was occasional again. Voice modulation could have been much better than that. And she was lacking on the part of expressions. Now, Nilanjan. When you started most part of your speech, your hands were at the back, so gestures could have been used, hand gestures. Then stage movement was not there, you were restricted to that part. Humor was good, and since it was a icebreaker speech, talk about the content, it was really good, detailed. We got to know about it. Plus, it was stretched over your entire life. Then the flow of thought was really good. So you could keep your audience hooked because you were continuously speaking, and at times your speed was a bit fast, but still, I was able to understand what you said. So the ending was good, followed by the crux of your life, like the lesson which you learned. So content-wise, it was really good, and stage eye contact. Yeah, your eye contact was only at this level. You forgot the last bench should be the focus. The last row should be the focus. So I felt that this portion was not taken care of. And that's it. So Adit, your humor was really good. Then expressions were good. And the best part was that you were acting out various things, so you could get the audience hooked to it again. And talking about the content, it would have been much better if you had named it your life at boarding school, because most of it was focused about your experiences at boarding school. And so, you talked about your birth, then about your entire boarding school life. That's
I was just getting started.
But since you said it was an icebreaker, that's why the content problem. But otherwise, it was a good speech for an audience like this, where everybody is your junior. So. Except two, so that's good. And then eye contact, the only thing I felt was that you forgot the people sitting there. There was only one person sitting there. At times you were also, talking like this, talking only to that person. Yes. Satish. Your slides were very good because they were to the point. Everything was fine with the slides. Then you started off well with a question. That was good because you could at least gauge the enthusiasm of the audience, and if it's not there, you caught up with that. And then your hand gestures were good. Not that you were pointing only on the slides, but otherwise you were pointing and you were talking nicely. Your voice modulation was good because you were emphatic on certain words like amazing and all of these. But otherwise, when you were talking about girls being shy, you lowered your voice, so that modulation part was good. Then for some time you were focused on the floor when you were talking about the conclusion, like the maze and everything. So that time you could have had an eye contact with the audience. Then for eye contact also, I felt that you were only focused on the center, not on the sides. Occasionally you looked at the side also. But it should have been on a continuous basis.
Very detailed evaluation that we had here. So the impromptu speeches were difficult for today. I'm sure the evaluation must have been tougher. So let's have on stage Anusha, who will be the impromptu speaker.
Most appropriate use of the macroeconomics ka book.
Couldn't find any. The only other choice I had was some currency notes. So the next best option. First of all, big round of applause to Aditya for bringing a wonderful topic on stage. So the purpose of Toastmasters is served when you're given a topic which you're not comfortable with, and another round of applause to all of those who were able to speak. Let me start off with the evaluations, and I'll keep it short. Arjit, yeah, I think you were a little limited in your viewpoint. You could have probably explored the general aspects of it. You were really limited to what India thinks and everything. Anjali, I really liked how you explored the positives, and although you were not comfortable, you still tried your best. So different viewpoints. Good job both of you, because you got both sides of the coin out on the table. Next up was Gautam. Yeah. Gautam, again you gave a very generalistic view, although the question was very personal, and also probably you took some time in between to gather your thoughts, because you were taking some pauses in between. So yeah, probably you were trying to give a very generalized view of the topic, so probably a little more personal opinion perhaps. Next up is Paridhi. Yeah. Paridhi, I could tell that you were not very comfortable with the topic, but still kudos to you about how you handled it and took it to where something that you were more comfortable with. Yeah, although you did not want to talk about the topic exactly, but you still gave us a different outlook, bringing in China and probably giving them a solution to what they could be doing. Next up is Rahul. Rahul, I think Ashwin wants some more time with you, because he did not give us the entire picture, so he would really be lost with what you gave, the amount of knowledge you gave him in 2 minutes. So perhaps you can probably follow it up in one of the paired speeches or something. Anyway, thank you for regaling us with all your instructions, and I'm sure it will be helpful at least to get some of us started.
It was a small start, but then that's how you do it.
Yeah, next up, Sameer. That was a very serious speech. I would say probably a little more humor would have helped. But anyways, good to know that the IPMs are being educated about larger things in life. Next up, Jitendra. Although your topic was a very direct question, you still handled it well, being subtle in the beginning but still getting to the point, listing out what you like best. So anyways, I liked how you tried to describe it in more general terms, in layman terms, so that it will help people get the point. Yeah, that's about it.
So let's take a count on best speaker for the
General
day.
evaluation and handshake.
Let's have the general evaluation.
Okay, hi everyone. I think we are all hungry, so I'll keep it short. First of all, I'd like to have a big round of applause for our Toastmasters of the day. I think it was very nice, very pleasant, and you were really nice. So also going to the prepared speeches, I think we had some very nice speeches. We also had the privilege of listening to Aditya. His icebreaker, I was flabbergasted to know that you hadn't had your icebreaker till now. And probably since you have a lot more to say, we can have an icebreaker part 2 next time. Also the table topics session was very interesting, and considering our population, we have so much sex, our country, and yet we consider it as a dirty word. So I think it's very important to have comfort, a certain level of comfort with the topic. And all the people who spoke, they were really nice. Paridhi especially, you were very creative with your table topic. Also the last person who talked about the positions. So that's it. It was a nice session, and all. One thing is, I will request everyone to come on time, even though Aditya thinks that rules are meant to be broken, but I think this is one rule that we must follow. We must be on time, we'll end on time, and it will be good for all of us. So thank you.
So let's move on to the last part. We have the votes for the best speaker, Ritika. Nilanjan. And Satish. I guess winner is Aditya. So with this we come to the close of today's session. Thank you very much for attending.
People who are earning very lesser than the normal poverty line are moving towards up. So it is just moving from the triangle to diamond. So on one day or another day, it might happen, it will become the inverted triangle just as it is in the Western countries. So you can't ignore these huge changes happening in India. So, and other than that, most significant changes happening in India is before 1990s, it was only 3 jobs. Either you will be do agriculture, or you will be working in some manufacturing company as a labor, or you will be in the prestigious government jobs. Now the situation has changed. The service sectors has come in. They are contributing to about 50%. Other than the services, you have spectacular sector called IT, which is making huge vibrance in India. At that time, it was only 2 divisions: urban population, rural population. Now there are semi-urban, semi-rural, number of tier 2, number of tier 3 cities. Now you can't define a village at exact level, such as it happening. All kind of migration, facilities, upgradation are happening. And as I said about this picture, like, it was like poor and rich. Now it is like poor and aspirers, like who are the lower middle income and upper middle income, then above that rich, super rich. So the category is divided such that there is a large variety of people who are going to provide ample opportunities for the country. So before I conclude, so such things are happening. So there is a large confusion, which is a maze, but you have the treasure at the end of it. So what you have to do? You have to understand clearly about what the Indian consumer is. If you can understand clearly, please work it out to how to implement it and to make a huge success in India. And as I said, all of us has made the right decision to do MBA in India, because this is the place where the future is going to be, rather than going to some Western countries and Western. Thank you.
It's a really insightful speech that we had there. Thanks, Satish. So moving on, now we'll be moving to the table topics. I would like to call upon Aditya to begin.
So actually today what we planned for impromptu is kind of unique, it's kind of different, and I thought there'll be more people here, so it would have been much more fun. As a part of the whole Toastmasters training education program, what we thought was that we should touch upon each and every aspect of communication that people find hard or people find difficult to actually speak on, and they face difficulty on all those things that they feel that are a challenge in their own ways. So today's theme, so to say, for impromptu is sex. Why? Because as you can see, there are some reactions, and people feel awkward. People can't talk about sex, you don't have to really talk about your own sexual activities, but then you just have to talk about, you have to be free enough in your head that you can talk about such things without hesitation, without giggling like a little girl, or without any type of hesitation. I hope all of us here are above 18, right? So now we have 2 ways of doing this. It depends on how you guys want to do it. One is that, okay, by the way, just let me go. Anjali is here, Gautam's here, Sameer is here. 4, right? Shadi is also here, Ramakrishna. So, either we can engage these 4 people, okay? For that we can have a for and against kind of discussion. or we can do this in a more CP type of format. Depends, because CP would entail cold calling as well. So it's your call. Fine. So let's do it in a CP manner. It was supposed to be done with Devapri also here. It was a full orchestrated kind of thing. So then let's try it out. Let's see how it goes. If at all we can do it again. There was another thing. I had a whole double meaning kind of a thing, which we'll do it next time. So, fine. So I'll start with cold calling. Now, I'll identify two people, okay? And they both of them have to speak for 1 minute each in succession. One for the motion and one against the motion. Okay. So I'll be giving out a topic. One has to be for the motion, so he speaks, puts his point forward for 1 minute. Then the other person speaks, puts his point for 1 minute, and then they again continue this for just to complete the whole 2 minutes. You can end before that. So please timer, please take care of that. So first,
There's only one chance, or
they'll speak again. It's like a normal.
Once
how
for it, once again.
No, you have to speak for only. But then you have to speak twice. Once you put your point, the other person also puts his point, you can contradict him. It's like a debate, you know, so you get the chance to put your point forth and then rebuttal.
Together they get 22
2-2. You can end before that, but it's like a normal impromptu. Everyone speaks for 2 minutes in the end, but then depends. I mean, we just kind of bifurcated those minutes. So first, benefits of having sex. You are against the motion, and Anjali, you are for the motion. You've got 30 seconds to think. Can you please take care of that? We start at 57 now.
Aditya, call them on stage. Call them on stage.
Or you can just message anything. I did the same one. You guys asked it. I asked you guys very honestly, do you want it CP based or not? So, start. You first.
I believe that sex does not have any benefits.
Why don't you stand up?
Already there is so much of population.
Stand up. So let me move here. Speak.
Already there is so much of population, so people are having sex without any planning and all. Also, there is leading to sexually transmitted diseases, AIDS, AIDS, which is a disease which has no cure till now. It's just because of the unsafe sex. So I believe that sex has got no benefits, and it will, particularly for India, it will stop the population. It will control the population.
So before you sit, have you ever had sex? That is why you don't know the pleasure aspect. But I'll let Anjali take that comment for it. The benefits of sex, speaking.
Basically, the diseases and all will happen. Any good thing has a bad side to it as well. But the good things outweigh the negative aspects of sex, because it's like scientifically proven that if you have a lot of sex, your concentration power will improve. You can concentrate more, you feel more energized and more rigorous and more active rather than feeling lethargic and just watching TV or something like that. So diseases and all, okay, fine, people are quite mature, I mean, to actually use protection and be safe and precaution and all that. So it's not that much of an issue, I guess. So benefits of sex is obviously much better because it makes you happy, it makes you feel loved, and so I think it's good.
But considering the Indian background, the population of India is particularly rural, so they don't have any.
But having sex does not mean that population will
One
always
at a time. You
increase.
have to You can take notes if you want. It's your minute.
So that basically in India there's a rural population, so they don't
speak up.
So that is leading. They don't know what these diseases. So that's the major problem. So that's why I'm saying that disease is a major consideration, and that's why this is a major problem. And that's why I think that we should not have sex.
Just because of some rural people, you can't just say that sex is not
No,
good.
but
And it will help them to concentrate more on the farm and do their activities nicely. And so just because of the rural people, you just can't say that they are not intelligent and they don't know anything. They can't be deprived of such a good thing just because they're rural. So it's not that they don't know anything about the diseases. They keep increasing the population and all that. So what? I mean, it's a good thing at the end of the day. So, and India is a land where the knowledge of sex kind of originated also. So you can't just say Indian people should not have sex. So it's not fair.
But at least in the case of India, they have taken it into a different meaning. At least for the males.
And please explain that meaning. Can you elaborate on the meaning?
So there have been more rapes and there have been more, there have been stalking, particularly with Indian culture, there have been stalking, voyeurism and all. So what I believe is that sex has taken a different meaning in the practice of India. So at least for India, they are no language.
So you pledge against sex to stop rape in the country.
I'm just speaking about it.
By the way, if like rural India is a concern, you should try for other jobs outside rural India. Anyways, thank you. Can you they actually took into the whole thing, and he was vehemently defending, and she was. By the way, I wanted to clarify: does the action end with the activity, or does it last after that? You said that it's very rigorous, and you make people develop this rigor. So it's only during it or after it?
I guess I don't know.
Gautam. Why wouldn't you? Your topic is you have to speak. Sorry.
Partner.
It's all you. Okay. And much like your topic. I'm changing it. I'm defining the rules. Why? Tell us why you would never have sex. Because of which you only do. If you get the meaning. You're all by yourself. Guys have to attend the director's class.